or as things happen, I will give you more explanation. There is a really cool thing that we're going to be able to do with this. I need you to roll me a d20.
Oh, natural 20. I'm Kevin.
Oh my god.
I'm Kevin fucking Jones.
You're Kevin fucking Jones.
Kevin Jonathan Jones, baby.
Alright, well, I will go ahead and let you know that that number is the number of times you will be able to interrupt your enemy projection. That is the number of times you will be able to interrupt in 5-second increments.
Oh.
So,
I am Kevin Jones.
You are Kevin Jones.
Yado.
We will explore the ways that you can do that as we go, okay? That being
Awesome.
said, let us go ahead and get started.
Should I give a description of Kevin and Rebel Yell?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and give me a description of Kevin and Rebel Yell.
So Kevin is like a 6'1", 6'2", 20-year-old guy. He's definitely the youngest member of the group. He always wears hoodies, which is very strange on this planet. Because it's very out of fashion to wear a hoodie, but he always is seen in his hoodie. He wears like just kind of like gym shorts and like tennis shoes with the socks pulled up, like long socks. He doesn't look like much. In fact, in a world full of JoJos, he looks very normal, except for the fact that he has very dark black hair and extremely striking blue eyes. He's just a thin guy. Doesn't look like much in a fight. His projection is Rebel Yell. Rebel Yell wears a leather jacket and has like leather pants that have big red X's running down the side. He's got a pin on his lapel that has a big red X on it. And his eyes almost look like circular sunglasses, and his body is this crystalline yellow, like this almost like golden, like crystal. His whole body is. And instead of where his stomach would be, there's like an orb that kind of the upper half of his body can rotate around. And there are also kind of kitty, I know. There's also kind of like orbs in the middle of the backs of his hands that help him with hitting. And also, just so everybody knows, whoever is watching, his power is that with a touch of his hand, he can turn off all superpowers no matter what they are. If it's a supernatural power, if it's a projection power, if you're a wizard, if you're whatever, he can turn off your powers for 5 seconds every time he touches you. It does not stack, it does reset. And he also has the ability called don't need a gun, which will allow him to transfer time that he has powerless ability on something from an object to something else. So if you're like holding like a stick and he grabs the stick, he can transfer the time to you. So that's it. Quick rundown of who Kevin is so that everybody who's watching or listening can have an idea.
Fucking fabulous. I love it. Alright, so, Kevin, after a long night of beating up some ass, making sure that some people don't hustle some of the homeless on the edge of town, you make it into the apartment that you and Olivia crash at pretty early in the morning. It's like 4:45 in the morning. You kind of just quickly brush your teeth, you strip off the hoodie, and you just crash. It's early, about 4:59, you finally go to bed. And did you set an alarm? Like, do you want to get up at a certain point?
Probably not.
Excellent. Good, because you don't wake up until naturally your body lets you wake up. And the world feels strange. You look at your phone just to kind of see if you have any messages from the crew, any plans for the day, and it is pretty squarely set at 4:59, the time that you went to bed. But you got some sleep. You slept hard, full 8 hours at least. I mean, you
Is
don't
it
have
the
any.
same day on my phone?
It says it's the same day.
Okay.
It looks like your phone has frozen at the exact moment you fell asleep.
I start touching things around me, turning off powers.
Okay. Go ahead and do me a favor. I need you to keep a counter. I will do my best to keep it as well. You go down to
Okay.
19, and you watch as your phone, the world kind of begins to slowly spur into movement again. You hear birds outside. Things are starting to go, and you watch the seconds on your phone go from 4:58, 01, 02, 03, 04, and it stops at 05. The time moved for 5 seconds, and then it stopped abruptly.
Kevin's going to get up and go out the door.
Okay. The problem with getting up is that Olivia's dog has nosed his way into your bedroom despite the fact that you tried everything to keep him out. He definitely wants to snuggle, and that fucker is heavy. So he is laying on top of you, and you have to kind of wiggle around, and as you finally push yourself out from under him, he looks suspended.
Yeah,
like
I figured.
in air, because he was in place right there. So as you go to move, he will stay in place. If you do time again, he'll back onto the bed, and be perfectly fine. But
Nope.
yeah, he
I don't want
is
anybody.
super
Whoever's
suspended.
attacking me, I don't want them to know that I know.
Okay.
So I'm going to leave him and start heading out the door. I look for Olivia.
At the thought of Olivia, you're transported to the Inferno. Time has stopped here too, but you see Olivia sipping from a black flask with a CZT on it, the gift that Marcus gave her for her birthday. She's sitting back against the booth. Crew is in the booth with her, and they're both cheering, arms in the air, for Joe, who is in the pit, fighting against someone. His fist is seconds close to hitting someone, but they're all suspended.
I think about Sam.
Sam is. Let me. I've written.
Don't even bother. I immediately think about Eislinn.
Nothing happens.
Shit. I think about Tom York.
Nothing happens.
Fuck.
As you sit and think, you do see Sam preening some flowers. He's stuck in place, but he is at the Controit Gardens in a very beautiful rose bush.
I think to myself, who could have done this? Does anything happen? Okay. I'm going to have to start going through people until I can figure out whoever did this. Hey, how could it just seems like such an oversight to let me be able to move around, so something's wrong. I don't think I'm actually moving.
Do you pay attention to your group chat much? Does Kevin?
Yeah. Oh, Kevin, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's not moving. Mm-mm. I try to type something in and send it.
You try to type, but it gives you the sending error, as if you don't have any signal.
I start opening every app on my phone, seeing if something strange happens. Like I just like just like opening, seeing if this is some kind of simulation, if they can keep up.
I mean, it gets slow, but that's just because you don't have the best phone, because you didn't really spend a lot of frivolous money on it. There is a soft chime in the air as you see a card manifest over Samson. It is a black card, and as you get, do you want to interact with it or anything?
Yeah, of course. I reach out and grab it.
As you get closer to it, ink starts to form, and you can see all these beautiful colors swirl until it creates this card right here. And I will post. I do not have art for it, unfortunately, because I would have died.
That's okay.
But I do have, and I'll post these all in play.
Okay.
You see the sun to Samson Stone, open, positive, and upbeat. A bright, smiling Samson with multiple arms is holding multiple items. In one hand, a megaphone. Another, eminence. A third holds pruning tools, much like the ones in his hand now, and the fourth holds the vines of his projection Guns N' Roses. The final two are squeezing a small dark silhouette very close, while a beautiful sun blazes overhead. You hear a voice, disembodied almost. There was literally no one else that could fit this label. Surely you don't think he's going to end this journey with the same card, do you? Look at that smile. There's no way. And as quickly as the voice comes in, it fades out.
I think about Everett.
Everett is asleep in his room. He's got an alarm set for 5 a.m. if you take a look at his phone. Miracle is curled up on his chest. He's wearing a face mask with his name embroidered on it.
Of course he is. I'm going to walk closer to him to see if his card manifests.
It does start to manifest. You have the same black visage above it. The Hierophant. Everett Armstrong. Institutional
The
authority.
perfect choice. Holy
Established
shit.
traditions. Good, boring advice. Everett stands facing the reader while his world seems split in two. The clothes on his left side of his body mirror his police department regalia, complete with his badge as his father looms over him, while the other side shows the rudimentary black clothing sported by the man in the early rebel days.
Kevin waits for the voice.
There is none.
What, nothing to say this time? I was so riveted the first time you said whatever the fuck it was you said. I'm sure I probably paid attention.
There's nothing.
I think about Mabel.
You find yourself in an alleyway. It's an alleyway that, for whatever reason, Olivia has told you not to come here. You're not sure why. But at the mouth of the alleyway, you see a card start to form. Death. Where one door closes, another opens. It's a time of renewal and beginnings. Mabel is standing near a dark alleyway, holding the hand of a young, tired girl on a bright moonlit night. Death can mean the end of life, but could also mean new beginnings and fresh starts. It is how one moves forward with this information that shapes the course of a life. You do hear the voice this time. Shame. Good try. But who knows where she is? Can't open doors for others if she can't reach them.
Come out here and say that to my face.
You start to get the feeling after hearing it the second time that it almost seems pre-recorded.
Do I recognize the voice?
You do not.
Does Mabel look younger?
Yes. And the girl looks strikingly familiar.
It's Olivia, yeah.
Yeah.
So that means we could just be traveling all over time, but that's probably not likely. I don't think this guy's projection's that strong.
You notice how quiet it is. It's really uneasily quiet because time is just at a standstill. There's no birds. There's no sounds of just traffic. No anything. It's really unsettling.
Just sounds like space to Kevin.
And he's been there before.
Too long. He's going to check on the rest of his friends. He's going to think about Cassandra.
Cassandra is leaning up against the wall to her tiny home, and RTJ is not with her. The way that she's leaning, though, you can kind of assume she's listening in on the police department as it starts to kind of get ready for the day, and a card does form above her. The Empress, Cassandra Lee, feminine energy, fertility, beauty, and abundance. Cassandra sits at a fountain framed in a beautiful arc of homegrown flowers. She is as beautiful as she is powerful in front of a fountain spewing not water, but words. They seem to be in multiple languages as she stares back at the reader confidently. Since you're here, though, you do see Grimwald. He's actually leaned up against the wall, watching her, with a bit of adoration, just because it's a moment of vulnerability since she's not looking. And a card does form in front of him.
Okay. By the way, Kevin's fists are clenched.
Oh, I bet.
You can actually see the shadow of Rebel Yell threat the way when he gets really angry, when it's like I'm trying to keep it from coming out rather than trying to make it come out.
Right.
You can see that shadow flickering behind him. He knows somebody's toying with him.
Judgment, Detective John Grimwald. Inner voice, higher calling, realization, resolution, and a climax to your struggles. The reflection of a man holds a gun to the mirror's head, his reflection doing the same across a similar timeline. There is a higher calling at play, and from one man to another, it must be answered. There must be a resolution to the struggles at play, and judgment can pass as quickly as a bullet. You hear the voice. Huh! He doesn't belong here at all now, does he? perhaps he's moving to find a better resolution among his enemies, but can you trust him?
Kevin thinks about himself.
There is no card that manifests, but you do hear what seems like a live feed. Ah, I was wondering if you would do that one. Your card comes later.
That's fine. Where do you show up?
At the end of the game.
Oh, this is a game.
It is a game. And I
You're
love
not going to like
games.
how it ends up, buddy, because I always win.
I mean, you say that, but we'll see. I've been
If
watching
I,
you all for a while now. I'm the one that made the cards.
I'm really impressed. The calligraphy on them, fantastic.
Thank you.
Listen,
I spent a lot of time on it. I really appreciate it.
I'm going to give you this one chance.
Okay.
You are going to let me and anything you're doing to my friends go. You're going to move on to somebody else. And by doing that, you're going to save yourself a lot of broken bones.
You see, I would normally oblige. I do not really enjoy the fighting aspect of this job. However, it is a job. However, I do have the ability to handle it as I see fit, which means I do get to have a little bit of fun with it, at least. And you get
Well,
all this
hopefully,
insight to your friends. Isn't this fun?
hopefully they gave you a lot of sick days or maybe some death insurance at your job
I've got
because
some.
you're going to need them.
I've got some insurance. And speaking of broken bones, he's pretty good at breaking them, so we should be pretty set.
Really? What's his name?
York.
So you're one of the Silent Syndicate?
Not necessarily. I find their methods boorish. I abhor the violence, but
Oh, you're an artist.
I am an artist. Thank you.
Okay. Really impressed.
Oh, good.
Uh,
Well, then get all the rest of the cards, and then you can wash me in praise when you get here.
I will. I absolutely will.
Excellent. I look forward to it. And there's a click.
All right, Kevin. I'm gonna go down to 18.
Okay. What are you gonna do?
Kevin touches himself and turns off all powers affecting him.
Okay. The world seems to pass. You can only assume. You're you're with Cassandra and Grimald, right?
Yes.
Cassandra doesn't seem to notice you. She's got her tea in hand and she's just listening. In the 5 seconds, though, Grimald kind of looks at you and blinks because you weren't there a second ago. And then.
I'm checking my phone. It's still the same date.
Mm-hmm.
It's still around the same time. He's
Mm-hmm.
noticing me.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "What the fuck are you?" And then stops.
Yep.
That's impressive. There's no way he's faking it. He really can. Okay, that's Kevin's face changes. Now he looks nervous.
The man did mention game, and if you do want to go back into your frozen phone, you do remember
Oh, the
Marcus mentioning
Gamemaster.
something
Oh,
about that.
I remember him. He's going to start trying to collect the other one, so I'll go find Joe and Olivia again.
Okay. Joe has been able to finish his punch. And you were in the arena next to Joe because that is the first one that came out. So Joe is stated, boom, the impact was just ridiculous. You can hear teeth crunching from this poor dude that just got clocked. And but since time isn't moving anymore, his arm is down, but you do see the card come up. The Emperor, Joe Cannoli, patriarch, masculine seat of authority and power. Joe sits on a throne of various motorcycle parts, large enough for him to stretch his legs and sit sideways. Headlights adorn each armrest, shining bright with his goofy smile. No one fucks with the King of Conchoy, where there is total authority.
Is there one for Olivia?
There is one. As soon as you think of Olivia, she's brought the flask down because she's not drinking anymore in the 10 seconds that you've moved. A card appears over her. The Hanged Man, Olivia Bourne. Surrender, a martyr, sacrifices oneself for a greater cause. Olivia hangs by an ankle on the doorframe of Mabel's, every injury she ever took for another rebel glowing bright red on her skin. the burn scars on the right side of her body, various bruises and strikes, and the large spin scar from the lighthouse glow with an eerie light. The bar is in shambles, but behind her there is a silhouette of a woman at a table sipping red wine.
Is it her sitting at the table?
Mm-mm.
Do I recognize the figure sitting at the table at all?
It's a silhouette, but you see some similarities to someone you have killed in the past. The Gamemaster's voice can be heard again. Those look like they hurt. Surely they'd all be better off without you,
Mercury?
You are in the Mabel's, where you guys are trying to fix it back all together. The
Okay.
Chariot, Mercury. Power, control, self-assertion, and victory. The cat is on a pedestal being waited on by adoring fans and pampered while his enemies lay crumpled at his feet. Mercury is loud and proud, assertive in his strength and power, with a defiant glance toward the card's holder, as if challenging them.
Ah, fuck. I'll go to Shinichi.
There is no card for Shinichi. But
Okay.
you do. You are in a very, very nice townhouse on Executant Way. He is asleep in very traditional. It's actually like a fusion of Japanese and Conchordian furniture and decoration, but pretty minimalistic, just very very sleek.
So that says to Kevin it might be just the rebels that have cards. I don't think that Shinichi has one specifically because he's not a rebel. I'm going to. Uh, fuck. Does Harper have one?
You're in Dante's, and Harper is very very close to someone as she dances. Probably a little too inappropriately close, but she is going hard at. Let's see, it's 4:40. It's 4:59 and 10 seconds. And it has not stopped her in the slightest. You do see a card manifest. Strength, inner strength of character. The mysterious woman outlined with a beastly dark aura you would recognize as Rampage has strong muscles and a projection, but it is the strength of will for the task at hand that drives her forward. Whether or not it is the right choice is besides the point. There is a fire that cannot be put out, and it is the strength of will that will ultimately succeed, whether it is what she should be doing or not.
This is one of the ones where I'm like, I don't know. Does Nim have one?
Nim does not.
Okay, because this guy probably doesn't even realize she's a member. That makes sense. That sticks with the plan of what I have in mind. Because Nim would be the best at hiding the fact that she was with us. Marcus.
You are in Marcus's apartment. He is fallen asleep on the couch, sitting upright, but you do recognize Olivia's jacket is draped over him as if she was once here. There is a card that begins to manifest.
This is so haunting.
The Lovers, Marcus Finnegan. Deep emotional, physical, and spiritual connection. The bonds and connections in life we make do not have to be romantic. Marcus holds a flask in each hand, one pulsing with dark energy while the other wafts with blue eminence. The connection to eminence is almost spiritual, whereas the connection to vampires is one of deep emotion and physical root. A mound of bodies lie under the black flask, while a single fleeing silhouette runs away from the blue, an act of mercy and the sign of true emotional and spiritual growth.
Kevin is absolutely furious. Shep.
Give me a brains roll.
Okay. I rolled max.
Noted.
This is Kevin.
Kevin
I'm telling you, every time you ever tell me to make an important roll, Kevin fucking kills it.
Kevin is doing fucking phenomenal, so I fucking love it. Let me write this down. Alright, Shep, you see him. He is unlocking the doors to the arcade. He wants to go in and get some early pinball in before the crowds really start to hit. And then we'll go to in play. Temperance. Calm, balance, tranquility, and avoiding extremes. It takes a steady hand not to tilt the pinball table, the balance and calm despite the bright lights, chaos around you, and the world against you. Shep remains steadfast as he keeps the pinball from hitting the sides of the machine, which are actually images of various rebel members. Wiz stands beside him, giving unneeded advice. You hear a voice. Hello? Is there anyone out here?
Hello?
Is that is that someone, or is this world just fucking messing with me? Cause you don't want to
My name
mess
is
with me.
Kevin.
I'm a
My name's Kevin.
Kevin, like the fighting ring, Kevin. That Kevin.
I have been there. I fought once or twice.
You see Giles step out of the alleyway.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god, Kevin! What in the world is going on?
I don't know. I think we're under some sort of weird projection attack. I think there's an enemy projectionist around here somewhere. Just stick with me and I'll promise I'll protect you. I won't let anything happen to you.
Okay, cause like I really have like I can't even like.
Dude, it's cool. It's cool. I got your back. 100%. Stay beside me. Don't move any further than 2 or 3 meters away. I need you right next to me, okay?
Oh, okay. And Giles will do as you say.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, did you just like wake up too? And like the world was like this?
Yeah. Yeah, I did.
I have an alarm set to get up at like 6 in the morning, but for whatever reason, like it didn't wake me up. So I got up around 8, what should have been like 8 o'clock, and I've just been stuck here for hours. I don't even know.
Why didn't this affect anybody but people from Pax?
I don't know. Is it? Have you found anybody else that can like move around and stuff? Like maybe it's people without projections too, maybe?
No, look, I'm gonna burn down to 17. And Kevin's gonna just touch the ground. And he motions to the world around them moving for 5 seconds.
A pigeon flies by in the 5 seconds, the wing beats are going up and down, and Giles kind of focuses on that because it's the first thing that kind of catches his eye, but after the 5 seconds, it freezes again in just a slow movement until it doesn't move anymore, and his mouth just... Oh my god, is that what yours does? Yours, like, makes time move?
No. Mine turns powers off for 5 seconds. It's the only way I'm able to fight Eislinn.
Right. You're gonna go fight her, right?
I'm not just gonna go fight her. I'm gonna kill her. But we have to collect these cards of my friends.
Can I see?
Yeah, and I hand him one. I'll hand him.
I can carry these for them I can carry these for you if you want.
Kevin looks torn. Kevin looks really torn. Look, man. You know how when we met, I told you I don't shake hands?
Mm-hmm.
It's because I get attacked so often. It's because people come after me so many times, and so many times their power is just like mine. You have to touch them. That I don't touch people anymore, and I don't. You can help me by keeping your eyes open.
Okay, yeah.
I don't want you to hold these cards in case they do something to you. If they're going to do something to someone, they should do it to me.
I mean, I guess, yeah, you have the projection, you can defend yourself. I can't even, like, I've got a slingshot.
Kevin's going to look around for a cop on the street.
You don't see one, but you do know that it's about the beat switch. So if you get closer to the police department, you'd probably be able to find some.
I'm going to grab a hold of his hand.
Okay.
Like, just hang tight, man. And I'm going to think about Everard Sr. I grab his gun out of his belt and hand it to Giles.
Okay. Interacting with that will cost you a...
That's fine.
Okay, so you can go down to 16. You take the gun. Everard Sr. doesn't seem to notice at first. It takes like the 4th second for him to be like, wait a sec.
Yeah, and I'm like, here you go, bud.
Okay. Yeah.
If you need it, now you've got it.
Yeah. All right.
And,
we can do
and
this.
Then Kevin gets right in Everett Sr.'s face, and he's like, flips him off right in his face. Oh, you piece of shit! You fucking son's awesome. You're a piece of shit father. All right, let's get somewhere. And then I start thinking about who I haven't hit. Does Joy have one?
You are at the diner.
Is Giles still with me?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
You are at the diner. Joy is in the back, because you've been to the diner before. She's in the back about to clock out because the sun isn't quite out yet. So it's time for her to clock out and head home before the sun hits. You do notice a figure sitting at the table, though, or at the bar. And they're still, and they have a piece of like half-eaten pie in front of them. And I will post the picture in the in play. You don't see too many creatures like this often. It's it kind of catches you off guard for a second because you're not specifically sure what this is. But it looks reptilian. It's got It's got a golden helmet and golden pauldrons on, and it just sits there eating its food. Although
Not moving.
It's not moving. Its hands are on the bar top.
That's weird.
Do you go towards the back, or do you go towards this individual?
Well, I mean, this individual's here now, so I'll go towards him.
Okay. As you get closer and closer, nothing seems to really happen. It isn't until you get right up on him that his hand lashes out and grabs your wrist for a moment.
And Rebel Yell just immediately bursts out of his back and just like, "Ah!" as it like reels back to swing.
He will, since he caught you by surprise, he will throw you across to the other side of the diner.
He's very strong, is what you're saying.
Yes. Giles will dive behind the bar top.
Yeah, Kevin like goes flying backwards, and you see Rebel Yell burst out of his back and spread his arms and break the tops off of like every chair and bar stool on the ways to slow him down. So it's just boom, 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 and then kind of Kevin grits his teeth. Nice, caught me off guard. Won't be doing that again.
It's a specialty. We've been waiting for you.
You must be the insurance.
No, I am here for fun. And he cracks his knuckles.
Well, I'm real sorry, buddy, but there's not going to be a whole lot of that in this diner right now.
You say that, but I'm having time of life.
It's going to be the last one of your life, too. Rebel Yell.
It's okay. I will wait.
You'll wait?
I will wait.
Wait for what? You're here, I'm here, let's do it.
Come on.
Fine. And Kevin starts walking closer.
15. 15 for initiative?
No, 15. As I touch the bar top where his hands are touching and turn all his powers off. Then I start my turn.
All right. Let's get some initiative going.
I rolled a 12 on my initiative.
Perfect. And he will roll a...
whatever he rolls.
Exactly. It will not be that. You rolled a 12?
Yes.
Cool. All right, you will go first.
Okay, with his powers down, Kevin is going to grab him with Rebel Yell and throw him the exact same way he threw Kevin, but try to blow him out the side of the building.
Okay. Give me that roll.
I will.
Give me that beautiful bean footage.
You see Rebel Yell come spearing over the top and grab him and just goes, "No!" and flings him. Would you consider it? I don't know if Kevin would, because I don't think this guy's an authority figure. I think the dude who's in charge. The Gamemaster would be the authority figure.
This guard is not.
Okay, I completely agree with that. Alrighty. The most average of average rolls. A 9.
It's better than mine. Which
alrighty.
You see him. You catch him by surprise because he looks at his claws as if.
And yeah, electricity is rolling down it, but it doesn't hurt. It just looks like electricity rolling down his body.
Ah, interesting. And you throw.
And then he just grab him by the throat and just.
He reaches out with his claws in a similar way that you do, but you've already knocked off all the tops, so he slams into the back, but he doesn't quite burst out of the diner itself, which Joy would have probably appreciated you for.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so he kind of dusts himself off, and you notice he's Go ahead.
when he looks up, Kevin's checking his phone. He goes, "How about that? Can't tell when the 5 seconds are done."
Oh, don't worry. I will wait.
Well, you're going to be waiting all night, buddy. And Kevin's going to run into the back
Mhm.
and try to get the card.
Yeah, you run into the back with your move action, and a card appears over Joy, who is in the process of both clocking out and wondering what if she just heard Kevin in the dining hall.
That's true. I forgot. They had 5 seconds where they knew I was there.
Yep.
That's
So,
awesome. This is a really cool mechanic.
thank you. I will say that you will be able to utilize, now that we're in a fight, you will be able to utilize your friends as long as you will have 5 seconds to make a request. I will time you, and if you can get that request out in 5 seconds, you will be able to get assistance, whether it is going to Marcus or Olivia for healing, trying to get Olivia to run somewhere,
Sure.
Shep for a power up with his spin,
Perfect.
something. You are able to use the rebels as you see fit.
Okay.
But the card above Joy appears. Wheel of Fortune. Joy Winters. Life's inherently cyclical nature. Joy sits cross-legged in front of a large wheel, eyes closed as it whirs around her. Her life could have taken many turns, but this is the one the wheel landed on. As she breathes slowly through an open mouth, her fangs are just barely visible. The result given was just another stride taken in life's nature.
Once I've got it, secondary action, I turn to him and I'm like, "Bye, bud." And then I want to grab Giles and think about Joe.
World
And
changes. You see Joe
like,
in
I
the
look,
pit.
and I see Giles with me still.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right, this is fucked. I have no idea who that guy is.
I really don't either, but he can move too. And
Yeah, I'm going to assume he's one of the bad guys.
as you say that, you hear the metal clinking as he moves again, and you can hear him stepping into the arena. You can try to run, but it's better to just fight with me. It's okay. I will wait.
You said that already.
I did.
Kevin stares at him for a second. He's like, "I get it. You benefit somehow from me attacking you."
Not necessarily. It's more being cheeky, or at least attempting to.
Your cheekiness needs a little bit of work. But don't worry, I can toughen up those cheeks for you right now. And Kevin's going to go back after him, but I don't think it's my turn anymore.
It is not. He is going to run towards you.
Okay.
This is an adequate arena, Kevin. I approve.
Yeah, it's a shame I don't have an adequate fighter to
I
stick
rolled the
beside
wrong
me.
spot. I apologize.
It's okay, I won't look. I didn't even see where you rolled.
Excellent. I will delete it. It is deleted. And I have the number, so go ahead and give me your defense. He goes to punch at you, and his steps are wide and heavy. It seems like he's not really built for attacking. As he moves his burly arm to punch at you, Rebel Yell bursts out from your back and just catches the fist.
Kevin kind of looks at him and he's like, "If this is the best you got, this is going to be a real quick ass beating."
That's what you say. And Rebel Yell will punch him and send him back a couple of feet, and he will take some damage.
Yeah, you hear "no" as it impacts with his chest and just sends him skidding backwards. He's like, "You heard Rebel Yell? No."
Giles will hide behind the behemoth that is the frozen Joe and just kind of like
legit.
peek around.
If there are, let me just go ahead and say, there are probably steel walls down here that are less tough than Joe is.
Exactly.
Like,
so Giles is like, I'm just gonna right here.
Kevin's giving him like the yep.
And he's kind of like, he's got his shaky hand on the gun, like just in case.
That's legit. Hey,
it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to stand next to Joe, and I am going to hold my action.
Okay. Uh,
I look at it and I'm like,
uh,
I'll wait.
that is cute. I did not appreciate though, and he's gonna go over to the wall and start
Okay.
climbing up where the spectators are.
Oh shit! Does he look like he's gonna do something to them?
He gets out of the pit and kind of stands up there and goes, I would change if I were you, because it's really going to hurt if I hit them when they get the time thing.
Kevin looks. Do I recognize anybody in the audience near him? You know what? I'll spend a plot point. He's standing next to M. Carey.
Okay.
I think about M. Carey.
Okay. You're right there.
I'll take my action now and smash him in the face just boom, just like instantaneously the moment I'm there, just like.
Let's have it. Let me not roll there.
14.
Excellent. He seems surprised, and he kind of looks at his moving arm and kind of, oh, damn it, as you go to punch him, and he falls off of the.
I'm knocking him towards Joe.
Back into the pit.
Yeah, I'm specifically right at Joe.
Okay.
And I'm going to yell, Joe, 6 o'clock!
All right. Do you unfreeze time?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm at 14.
Excellent. He will.
Like when I hit him, he feels his powers drain, and then it's just like as you feel time start again. It just no.
And this massive behemoth of a dragon-esque figure starts to slowly fall back, and then you hear, "All right, Kev," and he's mid warm up and just turns around. And, right up on this dude's jaw, and I will roll his cyborg for you.
Oh, this is super cool.
Yeah,
this is super fucking cool.
He will take the extra damage. Absolutely.
Kevin kind of shakes his head and spreads his arms, and he's like, I'm still waiting.
It's okay, so am I.
Alrighty.
You start to see as the power comes back, you do start to see a little bit of an aura around him now.
Okay. Like eminence color?
No, it is the same color of the armor and the helmet that he has. It is like a golden. It doesn't feel like eminence. You think it's probably some sort of stand.
Projection,
that being
probably,
said,
yeah.
You do have, I think, 2 questions, 2 or 3.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
oh,
sorry. There is a bizarre field.
It's totally fair. I was just having a great time. We both were.
That being said, do me a favor. I will need you to track these.
We'll track the questions? Absolutely.
Yes.
So, my first bizarre field question.
Even if you just type a yes and no, maybe.
Right.
You know.
Is time actually stopping?
Yes.
Okay. So let me get the bizarre field.
Oh, it looks like Paige has got you.
Oh, thank you, Paige. Wow, y'all are so kind.
Oh.
I think I have a total of 3 so far, don't I?
Yes, I think that was 1.
So the second one is I don't even need to ask. I know they're targeting the rebels. So what about is a projectionist that's stopping time hiding nearby?
No.
Is the projectionist how about this? Is there 3 or more villains?
Yes.
Okay.
And I believe it is his turn.
Kevin points. He's like, "You're missing a. I'm sure it won't matter soon anyway."
He kind of pulls his lip down and checks one of the lower canines. It is okay. It is
Well, they grow
battle
back?
scar.
Yeah. That's great. I'm sure I'll put that on your tombstone or something.
That is much better wit than I have.
It's okay. I can wait all day.
I see you are using my thing against me. I like that. And he will turn to swipe his tail at Joe, who is now frozen again.
Oh, no. God damn it. No.
He's right there. And Joe will take this unopposed, as he is frozen. Ooh, alright. You know Joe's pretty tanky, though, so you're not too terribly worried, but he does kind of look over you and go, alright, how about you stop being a little shit now?
That's a good idea. Giles, shoot him.
Alright, Giles will... okay. And he'll pop off.
But the only reason I'm having him shoot is so that he will be distracted by like, oh fuck, and then Kevin's literally going to jump from the rafters down with Rebel Yell and try to just in the top of his head.
Perfect. Giles will absolutely miss, as this is his first time shooting a gun. But,
that's totally fine. It's the noise that I want.
The noise absolutely catches his attention, but you notice that nothing in his body moves except his eyes as he watches Giles. He's keeping his body specifically still. And as soon as you move to punch at him, he waits until the last second to counter. And you got a 14?
No, I got a 9.
Okay.
I just want to say that this is already one of the most incredible tabletop experiences I've ever had. Genuinely. This is... if everybody else is in as floored as I am, get out. But I know they are, so it's amazing.
Thank you so much. You had a 9?
A 9. I'm taking some damage here.
Yes, you are. He stops for a moment, and he doesn't move until the last second. It is literally the last moment that he could have moved before you finally hit him. And he just kind of chuckles. I will wait. And beats you into the pit, into the stands for 5 damage. He will crack his knuckles. I say I will wait because that's his name of projection. I will wait.
All right. I'm at 11. Kevin kind of coughs blood in the stands and grits his teeth. He mutters to himself, "Guys, we need to be somewhere with less people." And he's gonna think about Grimwald.
But Giles
is the guy.
No.
Is Golden Dragon is not?
Because you weren't next to Giles.
That's fine.
Grimwald is standing there. He has that same incredulous look of what the fuck.
Yeah. I guess that's my secondary action. I don't have anything I can do for my primary. I'm gonna make a secret action.
Please do.
And that'll be my turn.
Excellent.
I'll actually use my main action to go back. But I think about Giles.
Giles is on his back, like, looking up at this dragon, like, oh god.
And Kevin is literally right between them, eye contact with him. He's like, "Miss me, buddy?"
Dreadfully.
Prove it. And I can't attack him, but I am right in his face.
Oh yeah, he's gonna attack you though.
Perfect. Awesome. Let me get my secret out.
Yeah, you type that out. I'm glad you're having a good time.
Oh, it's great. Let me type this in because I don't want it to seem like I'm bullshitting in case the trigger is quite specific, and if it happens, I want to be like, I don't want it to seem like I made it up as it was going.
No, that is super legit. Yeah, I don't want it. I'm gonna keep you right here.
By the way, this villain is fucking dope. Kevin secretly doesn't even want to kill him because he's like, you got a great attitude, man. I love it. But then you threatened innocent people, and now I gotta kick your ass.
Yeah.
All right. So he's attacking. I'm gonna roll defense.
Please do. Let me know what you get.
11.
He'll notice that you're right in front of him, and you invited him to just show you just how much he missed Kevin. So he will bring his fist down just right on the crown of your head, just to kind of. jolt you there in space for a second. Your knees kind of shake for a moment from the impact as you take 3 damage.
3 damage.
He'll tap a claw on one of his pauldrons, and you will see an insignia that's not unlike the ones that you saw on the spaceships. And goes, I did not earn this for no reason, you know. With spaceships back on your home planet.
Like he works for Eislinn? Kevin immediately changes, and his eyes lock, and he's like, "You're a dead man." And
there it is.
Is it my turn?
Mm-hmm.
I grab Giles. Secondary action, teleport to Cassandra's.
You're at Cassandra's.
Oh shit! Are you okay, man?
Yeah, wow, he's really big.
Stand right here and just watch. And I hold my action.
Where am I gonna? What am I watching?
Just wait. And
I'm gonna go stand by this scary guy.
Okay. And I wait.
All right. A couple of moments later, you hear the outside Cassandra's house.
He's outside Cassandra's house. Okay, I'm going to take my action now. I will run and lock the doors. Okay. At super speed, I'm going to just run around the house, and Rebel Yell's just go. And these locks, there are a shitload of them.
Oh yeah, because it's Cassandra's house.
Cassandra's house. So the house is super locked down right now.
All right, and you locked like all the doors.
All the doors, all the windows, anything Kevin passes, Rebel Yell at super speed is just like.
All right.
Any opening that has a lock is locked.
Okay. And that's your turn?
That is my turn. And then I wait.
You know, Kevin, I expected more. I was hoping for just a one-on-one fight. We just duke it out, see who wins. And he takes his tail and slams it into the glass of the window to break it. He can't undo the latches yet, and I assume there'd be more than, not wood. They'd be like a metal of some sort. But the glass does shatter as he just walks up this house, breaking all of the windows.
And Kevin's like, "What's your name, asshole?"
Name is Faroon.
That's it?
Farun.
That's the only name you got?
Yeah.
I stop time. I turn to Grimwald. His name's Faroon. Shoot him. And Grimwald doesn't think twice and goes, "Faroon," and whispers into the end of Careless Whisper.
That is beautiful. The bullet. You give me that roll for me in dice rolls.
Alrighty. Because he knows his name, he gets bonuses.
He does.
$15.
Oh my god, yeah.
You see a silent... Okay, so for people who are listening at home and don't know what Careless Whisper looks like, Grimwald's stand is a gun that is a revolver, but instead of it ending in a hammer to the barrel, it is a microphone, and the gun is completely gold with ivory handles. If he whispers someone's name into the microphone of his gun, the bullet will unerringly always hit its target.
Phenomenal.
As long as they're within range.
Great play. The gun zooms out of the now busted windows, and Faroon doesn't even know what to expect. It just and it goes straight through his back, through his chest, and whirls back towards Grimwald to get back into the gun, just to click into whatever it needs to do. And it's a brief moment of wheezing. It's like, not a bad hit. Not bad at all.
Did he spend his turn breaking all those windows?
Yes.
Does that make it Kevin's turn?
It is Kevin's turn.
Kevin is going to, while he's like, not a bad hit at all. Rebel Yell's hand's going to shoot through one of the broken windows and grab him by the throat, and Kevin's going to sneer down at him and go, "Then you're going to love this." And Kevin's going to fucking open up.
Let's have it. Is that a rush, or is that just another attack?
I don't think I'm gonna rush because you could bizarre it to get away. Oh, I have like 2 more questions.
You do? Oh my god, I'm sorry.
I just okay. I didn't even remember.
We're having a great time.
We're just loving the combat and like the shit talk is amazing.
It's lovely.
It is. It's really great. Okay, so
Poor cats.
do any of the other villains work for Eislinn?
Partially.
I hate them so much. Oh my god, I hate them so much. Is this... Oh man, I think I might on my next turn do an unopposed. I think I got it. No, it can't be that. That's too esoteric. That's really weird. There's no way. Okay, how about this? Let's try to narrow it down. Is a stand user stopping time?
Yes.
Okay, so it's not Eislinn. All right. I was like, Eislinn could be the one stopping time. That's her MO, 100%. Like, I'll stop time if it kills Kevin. Sure. All right. Okay, so those are my questions. All right. And I guess I need to roll my actual attack. Yeah. Here comes Kevin swinging. Oh yeah, 12. Awesome.
Fucking yeah. All right. You go to just open house, and this reptilian creature, you don't know much about their biology, but you can kind of tell his arms are kind of sagging. The scales around his eyes are starting to look a little paler. He's definitely struggling, and there is blood seeping from this wound. But even as you go to punch him, he lifts an arm and catches it. It's like, no, not yet. He blocks
Kevin.
it.
Okay, that's totally legit. Kevin just like gritting his teeth, just like. But when he's blocking, it's not one hit. It is just.
Yeah, no,
like, it is like.
It is the best
Kevin
of his
is
ability.
Kevin is just starting to try to overwhelm him, and you can hear Kevin in the background, just like of the punches when you're hearing all these. No! You can hear Kevin in the back just. Ah!
Do me a favor. I need you to roll me a. What is your worst stat?
A B? I mean, unless you're counting my range or my learning. I don't think those are stats that are generally.
Yeah, no, you can't really defend with
my
those.
lowest. Yeah, my lowest stat's a B.
Give me a B
durability.
defense roll.
Okay.
That is unrelated to this.
Absolutely fine. 7.
Cool. You take 2 damage as something in your mind just kind of shifts, and you feel this mental attack scramble your brain for a moment. You feel sluggish, almost as if like part of the side of your face is drooping. But then when you feel it, it's not actually, it's perfectly fine.
All right.
And Faroon will go.
Alrighty.
Give me a defense. He's swinging his tail at you from where you were holding him and punching.
He's not gonna like it.
He's not gonna like it. He goes to swing his tail just to slap it at your side, and Rebel Yell just shakes his head. Tell me how you take this guy out.
Kevin's going to catch his tail and shake his head, and him and Rebel Yell are both wagging a finger at the same time and go, "Oh no. I gave you a chance. This is what you get when you fuck with Pax Omnis." And Rebel Yell's going to spear around like through the wall, like guide through it, not like blow it up.
Yeah.
But he's going to come around to the front and just start bashing his head again and again. Just no. And like as he continues to do it, you see like the bits of metal just like breaking away as he continues to just pound into him. But then the back of his head is meeting something. And imagine the camera panning out. You see Kevin is punching at the same time at a much less speed, but he's hitting him in the back of the head at the same time, and they're sandwiching him between these punches. And Kevin kills him.
Yeah, the bloody pulp that was once Faroon crumples to the ground once these last few hits are done. But Kevin does manage the last punch. It was nothing compared to Rebel Yell, but and he just crumples into an unceremonious heap in Cassandra's backyard.
Kevin and Rebel Yell both point and pose, and Kevin's like, "Compliments of Grover, Wisconsin, bitch."
You hear Giles in the room. Yeah.
All right. I am going to take my secondary action to run over to Giles, grab him, and teleport to immediately to Marcus. I will go down to 12.
Okay.
Marcus, I need a drink right now, and the good kind.
He kind of blinks himself awake, and he just takes the flask out and offers it to you.
Yeah, I just I fucking tug it open.
There's not much left in there, but like what is in there, it feels so great. Roll 2d6 for me. All right, yeah. So Giles looks over at you as you just drink at this strange man's house. It's like, what was that?
His insignia is the same one on Eislinn's ships. He was one of them.
You mean for Pax?
Yeah. He was one of the ones that helped destroy it. I have one of those. There should only be one Earth types. I think they're called the Alpha. I have no idea. Alpha something. I never even. They're not even like a big group.
Can I ask you some questions before we go looking for more of those card things?
Yeah, dude.
Giles is just gonna sit on Marcus's couch like he fucking
Kevin,
has to play.
Yeah,
like,
Kevin
oh,
sits
God.
down as well. Yeah, Kevin sits down 100% the exact same way.
Are there any other good projectionists?
Yeah, dude, totally.
I've seen so many bad ones, and I mean, it's...
Yeah, no, there's lots of good ones. Like, a lot of my friends are good ones. Pretty much, it's weird now because I used to, not know anybody with projections, and now pretty much everybody I know is a projectionist, and we all hang out at, a bar. It's like a biker bar, but you still fit in here because we're all a bunch of nerds, and nobody seems to question it because, I don't know, we put off a vibe of don't fuck with the nerds, they're playing Magic or whatever.
I run a red-black deck.
I ran a blue. Everybody hated it. It was awesome.
I hate blue. They're so awful.
Everybody hates blue. It's great.
What does it feel like to have one?
I
don't know. I feel like I'm asking my friend who has an extra arm or an extra body part that comes out of his body. I feel like I'm sorry. Is it rude?
Dude, not at all. Doesn't bother me at all, dude. Okay. Definitely not a lot of projectionists in Grover.
Yeah.
There was actually, come to think of it, there was no projectionists in Grover. They were all further out. Anyway, they were all in Wisconsin, though. Isn't that weird? Anyway, it's not any different than being... It just feels normal to me. When, you get fight or flight, well, projectionists have a lot more fight sometimes. Not all the time. And they just, when you feel that moment where you're angry or you gotta protect somebody or you're suddenly getting mugged, you just can't help it. It's just your soul kind of spurs to life and it takes this weird shape, and mine looks like a badass fucking rock star.
I mean, I guess I thought long and hard about what you said, about doing this for PAX, and maybe I was a little too rough on you about projections. I felt like I needed to blame something or someone, put a face or a problem to, our problem. And instead of focusing on this Eislinn chick you keep talking about, the one who did it, I just kept blaming the first thing I could think of, because we couldn't see him back home, and you heard there were always the news reports about this mysterious thing that was could attack people or whatever, and it was just our little town. There was nothing about it there, but it feels like nobody even knows that we exist, planet or no planet. And now it feels like the world's moving on without us, even if it's literally the opposite. Even if we're the only ones moving, it's still... I've never felt more isolated, but I'm glad that it's with you. You know, maybe it's not so bad after all.
Kevin has tears in his eyes. Well, I means a lot to hear you say that, man.
Let's go find some more of those cards.
Yeah, more cards.
Cards.
Less fighting, more cards.
Please.
Dude, you shot at somebody.
I missed.
It's okay.
I didn't shoot him. I missed. How do you aim with this thing?
It's weird. I'm terrible with them. Yeah, don't even sweat it. I'm like, honestly, I just wanted you to like make a big bang. Next time I tell you to shoot, just shoot in the air. You don't have to like live with I shot somebody.
Can I put it to the side, like instead of?
Oh yeah,
just like
dude, absolutely. Yeah, like 100% full tilt. Go.
Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
full
not
gangster.
right now. Not go now.
No, yeah, no. Well, I mean, you could shoot at me from there. Straight up, you wouldn't hit me.
I don't want to test that.
No, like genuinely, like, dude, like he
really
reaches over and he's like right here, do it. I'm serious.
I don't want to shoot my friend.
You're not gonna shoot. I promise you won't shoot me. It's crazy.
Shakily holds the gun up.
Dude, go for it. Go for it.
He looks away and pulls the trigger.
He's like, no, look. It is like, as he's saying, no, look. He's already, you can see the bullet spinning between Rebel Yell's fingers. It's like, look.
Holy shit.
It's that fast. I can see that. The same way somebody lobs like a softball to you, I can see those bullets flying through the air. It's that easy.
I bet you could really do it. I bet you really could get her then.
Dude, I got her once. I didn't kill her.
No way.
I hit her.
We're gonna do it.
We are gonna do it.
I'll distract her with the gun
Dude,
bang.
Fucking full side, just going.
Take this, Eislinn.
Yeah. Oh, real tough.
Yeah,
all right,
I'm gonna practice that.
Keep practicing.
I will.
And Kevin grins, and then I guess we need to go get more cards. Who have I not hit?
Giles looks like something's bothering him for a moment. His head kind of winces. Yeah, no, my head. I just got this really awful headache.
Dude, I got one of those earlier. I think it's another projectionist.
You think? It's just this word keeps like banging around my skull. I don't know what it means.
What is it?
It's Andrew? I don't know an Andrew.
Does Kevin? I'm trying to think. Oh, the magician, right? Mm-hmm. I think about him.
Andrew is asleep at his home.
Okay.
It's pretty modest living. There's some paraphernalia for magic stuff, a couple stacks of decks of cards, different things he'd use in his axe, but he is asleep. There is no alarm set on his phone, but there is a card swirling around. It is justice, taking responsibility for yourself, self-blame, and stern to get what is deserved.
Yeah, this is Andrew to a T.
The magician is performing in front of others, though a trick hasn't gone the way he wishes. He laughs it off with a smile, dazzling the crowd with misdirection to pick up where he left off. It is his fault, and he will chastise himself for it soon enough, but the show must go on, much like in magic or in Rebel's work.
That's brutal. I'll take it. Damn, that one made me sad.
How many more do you need?
I don't know.
Well, there's 22. There's 22 major arcana.
Wow, you know that. I don't even know what a major arcana is.
It's the tarot faces. Like the major arcana is like the sun and the moon and the...
I didn't know that's what people called them. Okay.
Yeah.
I know tarot. I just didn't know that was...
Yeah, the major one. There's like the two of swords or whatever, but nobody cares about those. They all care about like the magician. And
Kevin makes a face like, well, I'll tell you about it later. Because I thought it was the two of swords. Or like the three of swords or something. Kind of like,
maybe later.
Yeah, another time.
Yeah. So how many do you have? Let's see, hold on. You got 13. You're almost there.
Oh wow, I got a lot more to go.
Yeah, are these all your friends? Like, do you know all these people?
Yeah, I know every single one of these people. Wow, I know every single one of these people.
It's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Not you being creepy, but just the
No,
fact that
no, no, absolutely. I'm agreeing with you. I know what you're saying.
they know
Uh,
all your friends. Am I in here?
I'm. I don't think so, because you're here with me,
I'd probably have like a really badass card, like
dude. Probably like Charizard or something.
a holographic,
Yeah, 100%.
holographic Charizard.
All right. I'm gonna try another place. Stand near me.
Okay, okay.
I'm going to think about Mel.
Nothing.
Okay,
Uh, you were in a dark room, but this doesn't seem too particularly weird for Mel.
right.
But there's no card.
She doesn't consider herself a rebel anymore. That's fair.
Yeah.
I will think about. Oh, Ivory. What am I doing? Ivory, of course.
Ivory is asleep at her house. Medusa, her dog, is like almost wrapped around her, just like snuggled. And her place, you've been to her place before, it is gorgeous. It's huge, very well kept, but there is a card. And it manifests above her.
These are freaking me out.
The moon, Ivory, intuition,
Oh,
subconscious fears, and dark, eerie, mysterious elements of minds. There's an ivory framed by the bright moon, tendrils of fine shine sticking out behind her in an eerie fashion. The dark of night hides many facets of oneself, and the fears and locked elements of the mind are free to wander in the dark. You hear the Gamemaster's voice. What an ominous card. I bet she's hiding something positively exemplary. Or horrifying. Perhaps two things can be true.
doesn't that guy sound like a prick?
He does sound like a prick. He sounds like one of those, like, people on TV that are super pricks.
Well said.
Thank you.
I think he's like an artist. If we have to, that's what we're going to attack. If we are going to try to get at him, we gotta talk shit about art, specifically his art. Because if he thinks this is like all some big art piece or like a game, he says it's a game, right? So he thinks it's like a game. He's like this great game designer.
What if we tell him that the game sucks and we're not having fun? Because I'm not having fun. I'm having fun with you, but like.
Yeah, all things considered, I'm having some fun, but
I'm not having fun with this. This is not fun. Like, I get to talk with you. I'd rather be sleeping.
Have you ever been to the arcade? Shep's arcade?
Not yet.
Dude, you totally should come after all this.
Yeah?
Because we're totally getting out of all this.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, I can sit here and just touch the ground over and over until I pass out. And just keep making time roll. Let me go ahead and say, I'm just going to say I've turned off a lot of powers in my time. Mm-hmm. This is the most exhausting power other than Eislinn I've ever had to turn off.
Really?
Eislinn I couldn't even turn off with like one hit. Like it took like 3 hits to turn one thing off.
Holy crap. And it's only for that 5 seconds.
Yeah, but I beat the shit. I mean, I hit her like 50, 60 times in like 2 seconds.
Kevin, I think we can do this.
Oh, dude, totally. We travel the fucking universe for this shit. We didn't even know the universe was out there to travel.
I mean, I hope it's not too presumptuous of me to say that we can do it, but like I want to be able to
help. Dude, we're in this together.
Yeah,
I never.
Together?
100%, bro. And he holds out a fist.
He'll bump it.
Like, we are a team. All right. We're taking Eislinn down together.
Yeah,
for Pax.
For Pax.
For Grover.
For fucking Grover.
Maybe not for Grover High, but for Grover.
Oh, fuck Grover High.
Grover High sucked, but Grover.
Especially Timothy, who shoved my head in the toilet.
I beat his ass.
Thank you.
No worries.
I wish we would have been friends back then.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know that he was doing. I just seen him do it, so I didn't even have use my project. I just kind of like lightly knocked him out.
That's really cool.
Anyway.
You could just I bet you could just look at someone and then be like, oh.
I wish. Dude, if it was that easy, I'd definitely be a lot less of what's going on now. Okay, come on. Let me think. Does May
Mm-mm.
honors new character? Okay, yeah, because she's not known either. So Ronnie Little. Oh shit.
You are standing in Ronnie's bedroom. He is asleep in his bed with his wife. Um, you know,
Kevin immediately grabs Guile and moves to the farthest back end of the room. He's like, I've already fucked up his mansion once. Be very careful. We're not fighting here.
yeah, there's not much here outside of the decorations on the wall. He is asleep. You don't see anything, but you do see the card.
God damn it. And Kevin's like, do not move. Hand nowhere near the gun. Just, yeah, exactly. And just, you only say something if you see something coming up after me or something's coming after you, okay? And Kevin's going to sneak his way over and delicately, not even him.
And
No one
time has
else gonna
stopped,
reach out
so
and
like there's no
pull.
way they could hear, but he's
Yeah,
still like being so gentle.
he's still not taking any fucking. He doesn't know what Ronnie's power. If Ronnie is like halfway embedded and painted black, then he will wake up. So Kevin's gonna reach over and pluck the card.
You see the colors manifest, and you see the hermit, Ronnie Little, wisdom and silence, comfortable with being alone and personal growth. A lone figure sits at a work desk, stacks of papers taller than the man at the drawing board. Alone, surrounded by the fruits of his labors in a freshly remodeled home. It's just the way Ronnie prefers it. He's wiser for it and understands when silence is more powerful than shouted words.
If Ronnie has gone silent, then you know you're in fucking trouble.
Right.
As when shit gets real. Kevin's
Mm-hmm.
going to tiptoe back over, and he's
Oh, are
going
we
to
good?
grab him. Yeah, we're good. We're about to instant transmission like we're Goku, and I'm gonna immediately, yeah. I'm gonna think about.
They
I
don't
know,
have
kitty.
DBZ on this planet, and it makes me sad.
It's fucking ridiculous. Like this planet, like people live it. um,
I'm gonna think
let
really
me
hard.
see here. We're gonna go to my boy. Oh, I know it starts with an A. It stands paranoid android. I can't think of his name.
Who are you trying to think about?
I'm looking at my phone. I'm subscribed to him on Twitch. I just can't think of.
Ooh, who do you like watching? I like watching Schmarkiplier. I watch Aimbot. I watch
Aimbot.
you both both transported to Aimbot, where his fingers, the only you imagine the only way you'd be able to see how these man's fingers.
You can't just like don't please don't skirt around Schmarkiplier. If I just want anybody listening to this, that I did not let them skirt around Schmarkiplier. Okay, you may continue now. I just wanted to make sure somebody said it. Oh, I know, Kitty.
We should not do games at 2:30.
Oh, this is amazing. Keep going. It's fucking
Beautiful.
incredible.
Yeah, you
It's so funny
imagine.
because I've never been so tense and had so much fun at the same time.
Excellent. I'm so glad. So you imagine the only way you'd be able to see Aimbot's fingers working on the keyboard is if time was slowed, which is exactly what's going on now. He's in the middle of a game. He's streaming. And it looks like he's about to probably end soon. He does a late night stream, and then he'll sleep for a couple hours, and he'll jump back on it because he wants to maximize the numbers. And in front of him at the keyboard, as if he was looking straight at it, in between the monitors and his face, you see the card manifest.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna take it.
The Magician, aimbot, driven, goal-oriented, applies skill and initiative to accomplish said goals. No matter how strange the goals, they are oriented and require intense skill to achieve. Aimbot tacks away at a computer keyboard, the numbers on screens borderlining the insurmountable, while his fingers dance quicker than the eyes can see, on the card. You don't hear a voice, but you are one step closer.
Okay, and then I'm going to go to Bo Tucker.
You see Bo sitting in front of sitting in front of an oven. He's cooking some egg whites. He's got a 5-year-old game on screen. He's just kind of casually looking over. You imagine he's probably got a notebook somewhere where he writes some of these inspirational quotes from the stats. But a card does manifest right behind him.
I'll take it.
The High Priestess, Bo Tucker. Trust your inner voice. Knowledge of how to fix a problem will not come through logic and intellect, but through tuition. Trust your inner voice, says the card as Bo cheers for his friends from the sidelines. Whether it is a sports game or a life-threatening situation, knowledge of how to overcome your challenges comes from the inside. Sometimes it takes someone with a kind heart and a sharp eye to remind you the voice was inside of you all along.
Jeez. As Kevin looks over these and just kind of all this realization washes over him, he just looks he looks emotional. He looks very emotional, but he's trying to keep it down because he's got his friend here and he wants to look cool.
Oh, absolutely. Give me a brains roll.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
For all of Kevin's act, he's actually a pretty smart guy.
Yeah, for real.
Well, he's not Everett or Cass smart, but he's smart.
You get that same headache you got earlier, and while you don't take any damage, there is one word that continues to reverberate in your skull. I. Just pounding at every being of your conscience.
Are
you okay, dude?
It just in my head, all I can hear is I. It sounds like a fucked up robot from Power Rangers Alpha.
What about
I.
What about that song that's like I?
Yeah, it's a lot like that, only painful.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me. He kind of rummages in his pockets to see if he's got any ibuprofen or something. I've got a Twizzler.
What flavor?
It's like the orange cream kind, the orange on the outside and the cream on... Oh, no?
Keep it. No, it's okay. Let's keep it.
Okay, hold on. He digs again. I've got a peppermint.
Where do you keep all those little candies on you?
In my pocket.
I'll take a peppermint, sure.
I mean, this one's in plastic. The Twizzler wasn't.
Yeah, that's why I'm taking the peppermint. And I'll take it, and...
It's nice, cool, and refreshing.
Is there an eye that I'm missing?
Is it a person or what kind of...
Eislinn?
No.
Nothing
seems to happen. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to you. I don't know. Well, maybe we're getting closer though, because you got another headache too.
Yeah, it's probably somebody trying to keep us from doing.
Oh man, am I next?
I hope not. Here, hold on to me. As soon as I feel as soon as I'm gonna tell him if you feel a headache coming on, tell me, and I'll stop it.
Okay. All right. And he kind of just holds on to you.
All right. And Kevin's gonna wait. And I will see here. Who have I not gotten? Ever Mercury.
Oh God, Kevin, I think I feel something starting to. It's camera.
And I will immediately take off one of my powers to stop whatever's affecting him.
Perfect. You feel
Silas.
Silas is in his reptile room, playing with what looks like a strange reptilian figure with 3 different heads, 2 legs, and it's just kind of sitting up. It has no arms, but it looks like it's trying to eat the food that is in his hand. He's playing with it, but time is frozen, so nothing's moving. And you see a card.
I wish he'd let me film that Godzilla movie I have in mind, but I admit the fireworks are probably a little much. And I'll take the card.
The star. Kindness, hope, faith, and joy. When the night is darkest, the stars shine brightest. Knowing the despair of the unrelented shadows, Silas has overcome his fate and grown into a being of hope and shy kindness, stepping out on a limb to put his faith in the rebels. Stepping away from the outstretched hand of Jostella, a determined Silas moves to embrace the multiple hands outstretched under a bright star.
That's dope.
Giles kind of watches the card manifest, and there's not too many left. Let's see. So you've got, it looks like you're missing, you don't have the world. You don't have the devil. You don't have...
I think both those are supposed to be bad.
And you don't have the Fool. Yeah, no, the Devil's not a good card. The Fool's a great card. The Fool's like one of the best cards outside of like High Priestess. High Priestess is really good too.
The Fool's one of the best cards?
Yeah, the Fool's like a blank slate. You can literally be anything you want to be. The Fool is both the first and the last. It could be at the beginning. So it could be a journey or it could be a new start.
Dude, you were like super smart.
I had to get into something after, I kind of took to whatever I felt gave me any kind of grasp on the world.
Fucking A, dude. When we get out of here, I'm going to buy you a deck.
Thanks.
Because Kevin, obviously this is invaluable to Kevin because he has no idea what any of these mean.
Right. And the tower. The tower's missing.
That one sounds like it's really good.
That one's really bad.
Shit. I knew how to play. I was just like... That was my original reaction when I first heard that.
It's not a good one.
Why is the tower bad? Towers are like big and strong.
I mean, it's chaos. It's having no true ground to stand on. Like, hold on, let me see. It's kind of like that feeling when you step in a puddle, but you're wearing a sock.
Oh no.
It's that feeling, but a card.
I really hope that's not mine.
Oh shit! I hope that's not yours either. That'd be really bad.
Yeah, I don't want to be. I don't want to be wet sock.
Yeah, well then maybe you should live your life not being wet sock. If you're wet sock.
I don't think I've ever been wet sock, but I don't know who's the judge. Who's the master out there? I guess it's the Gamemaster who decides if I'm wet sock or not. So really, it doesn't matter if he says I'm wet sock.
You could be the Fool.
That sounds good. I mean, like, probably not great on a resume, but, you don't go around announcing, I'm the Fool.
I mean, but people that know tarot understand. Like, the Fool's a great card.
Yeah, but people who don't know tarot are like, dumbass, you're the Fool.
Okay, well, maybe...
Like, up until you told me, that's what been my reaction. Oh, he's the Fool. He doesn't sound so tough.
Okay, what if you're the World?
Oh.
That'd be cool.
It's just a weird... The World.
I mean, you can't be the devil.
World, though. What?
You can't be the... What did you just say?
I said the World, though.
That's fucking stupid. Don't do that again.
Okay, I won't.
Alright, what about... You can't be the devil.
I hope not. That'd be... Like, see, all of these, some of them would be really good, apparently, and some of them would be, like, really bad.
You're still kind of 50-50.
What if
you
he's
even
like...
are in the deck?
Oh, yeah, that would be... maybe he pulls out the specific wet sock card specifically for me. Like, here's the wet sock card. Enjoy, buddy.
Well, as your friend, wet socks are socks that come in pairs. I will be the other pair to your wet sock.
Oh, my God.
I will be the other wet sock.
We are the wet sock gang.
We are the wet sock gang.
We're gonna fucking kill Eislinn, the wet sock gang.
That's right, wet sock gang.
Wet sock gang.
I'm gonna practice that. Alright, we still have to...
Practice it pointing away from me next time, but yeah.
You told me to shoot you.
That was before when I was like ready.
Alright, wet sock gang.
Wet sock gang.
Okay. We still have to figure out the eye. Was it like eye?
I was hoping it was Silas.
Oh no! I mean, maybe.
I guess not.
Is that what his name is? It's a really cute
Yeah,
pet. He's got,
dude,
wow, he's got a lot of reptiles.
it's a thing with him.
This is a lot.
Yeah, it's awesome.
What if he could, like, turn these into an army?
You know, I still think he'd lose to whoever's stopping time.
You think?
I think so.
Oh, man, that'd be so
They seem
badass.
pretty vulnerable. We need to actually get out of here in case somebody tries to attack us while we're near them.
Sounds like a plan.
And I'm going to try to think. I'm looking through my contact list.
Maybe it's not a person.
Maybe it's like a place?
Maybe. What kind of place has I? Everything has I. It's a vowel.
I know. It's, maybe it's iridium?
You're outside the Iridium Company, but it doesn't. You don't get the feeling you're supposed to be here. Is this that place on the news?
Yeah, it's... A friend of mine threw someone out of a window and killed him here. It's cool. He was like an asshole from the moon assassin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like he jumped her first, and then she fucking tore his ass up and threw him out a window. It was dope as shit.
That's a lot of violence, but I guess it's kind of needed.
And the thing about projection fights, things that they don't show you in the shows and the movies of projectionists, which apparently is a fucking thing on this planet.
What?
No, it's a whole fucking thing. Ridiculous. But don't even get me started on the porn industry. But the fact of the matter is, projection fights are usually decided in like 1 or 2 hits. When you're swinging with that kind of speed and you're still just a guy,
Yeah.
I'm no stronger than a normal person.
So I could beat you in an arm wrestle?
Oh, absolutely. I was actually just thinking about the fact that you might do it.
I don't know. Have you seen these arms? These are like really bad arms. They're like spindly arms.
Okay, well maybe. Okay, I might still win, but you could. You have the potential with weight.
I'm gonna get jacked.
You do you, bro.
All
you
right,
got
okay,
my back. I got you back. I'll spot you.
I. Is there like a pirate thing nearby?
Is there a pirate guy? The only pirate I know is Birdie, and Birdie wasn't one of them.
I want to know a pirate.
She's intense. She's awesome, don't get me wrong, but she's not like the friendliest.
Intense. Is it like a circus, maybe? Oh, that's out of an eye. Can we, like... I don't know.
Kevin kind of scratches the side of his head and thinks about it for a while, and if it's not a person... what are some places in town that start with I? What are some... It has to be, right?
I don't know places that start with I, but there's that one place that has I in the name. But it's not a letter, it's the, like, eyeball.
The Whispering Eye?
Yeah, it's an eyeball. I don't know if that's what they're trying to send you to.
Let's try the Whispering Eye.
You're inside the Whispering Eye. It is still going at all hours of the night, even though it's way early in the morning. Some of these creatures here are nocturnal. That being said, you do notice a reptilian figure standing in the center of the dance floor.
Like the same guy?
Not the same guy. It is less muscular. It looks more like probably a female. And there is...
Sure, like a more slender form, basically.
Yes, a more slender form. And there is a projection standing beside her.
Kevin kind of...
Oh, shit! Kevin! That's...
Take cover, man.
Okay!
What?
He's gonna hide behind the big bull server.
Okay, that's fair.
It's like, oh god.
Yeah. Hitting Rex would be a bad idea. Even in time stop, it'd just be like... Ow.
Exactly.
So Kevin's going to slowly approach.
Give me an initiative.
Alright. And as he's approaching, he's like, do you know Faroon?
I do.
Well, if you get a mop, you can go gather what's left of him outside Cassandra's house, and then you can step aside.
Noted. I'll take your suggestion into consideration.
Swell.
Perfect. Without so much as like another word, she just kind of points at you, and the projection beside her claps its hands together, and there is a physical, like you can see the wave move towards you. It is some sort of strange, off-colored beam that rockets right towards you.
Okay. Ooh, terrible roll.
Are you gonna do anything with that roll?
Yeah, I think it's. I think it's actually mathematically sound to attempt here.
Legit.
Now, here's the question:
Mm-hmm.
Do I get greedy and risk it for the biscuit? Do I just do the whole damn thing over? Hoocha! I did.
Get
Oh, I
risky.
got 4 more.
Not bad. The beam strikes you, and you feel that same headache. You feel your face droop for a moment, and you take 1 point of damage as that feeling washes over you. And as you feel the effects, you kind of look around confused, as if you're not sure which direction to go next.
All right.
And it's your turn.
I will.
Kevin, do you need the bang?
Not yet.
Okay.
Oh. Kevin's going to. Where are we again? We're in the Whispering Iron.
Mm-hmm. You are on the dance floor. There are people dancing around. They are frozen in time, and she's in the center.
Kevin is going to movement. He's going to run, but he instead of running at her, think like JoJo style. It looks like he's about to run at her, and then he just 180s and turns, and it's like runs what seems to be away from her, and then he runs up the side of Rex's arm and jumps up towards the manager's office.
Okay.
And my secondary action is going to be punching through to the manager's office through their big fucking metal sheet they put up to keep people from doing this.
Right.
All right. And then I will put out a secret action.
Perfect. I will let you do that real quick, and then I will attack.
All right.
Okay. And that's your turn?
Yes, I will wait.
Like what you did there. She will clap her hands together and warm them up. And she will look towards where Kevin is, and then hold her fingers out like a gun and shoot a wave towards Giles and Rex.
Okay. I didn't finish my first sentence, but it doesn't go off. No, it doesn't go off. So there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Yeah, Rex doesn't move, but you can see the wave kind of go over him. It doesn't reach Giles because Giles is hiding, but they do seem to be like fighting both you and Giles. And it is your turn.
There we go. Okay. Kevin is going to run to the edge of the hole in the wall, and he's going to grab lighting, like the wires for lighting, and rip down the wire and fling it down to Giles and be like, "Grab it!" and then try to yank him up into the office with him. Kevin's trying to keep her away from these innocent people.
So you're trying to pull up Giles.
Direct.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd like throw in the like wires down after I ripped them down with Rebel Yell, and then letting him grab a hold and yanking him back up.
Nah, that's perfect. Give me a precision roll.
I'm good with that. Ooh, not great. 4. Let me try again. I'll spend a resolve.
Okay.
To reroll that. Okay, 2. Much better.
Yeah, absolutely. The wires. Giles kind of realizes what you're doing, and he reaches out and grabs onto them, and like pulls them as close to him as he can, and you are able to yank him up. And Giles kind of slides on the ground and scurries behind the desk that is in there, because that is the goat's office, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, he's gonna hide behind the goat's desk. It's like, oh god.
Alrighty. Totally legit.
Anything else?
That's it.
She will rub her hands together and fire off.
I will be moved into the office, so like, she'd have to be either like when like the way it's laid out, it's way high up. So like she would to see in, she would have to either be inside or like flying level with. That's why it's like, okay, I'm pulling us up here where she can't get us, so that she's forced to come up.
Okay. Yeah, she will go up the steps and sit at the doorway.
Okay.
And kick in the door to shoot.
All right. Secret action goes off.
Oh lord.
Knowing the rebels were the reason that his establishment is still in business, a demon always repays his debts, and demons of his power are not stopped by simple time stops. Kevin has been waiting with the August one, ready to destroy whoever dare invade and attack his home.
Nice. All right, give me. What would the August one roll? Like if he were going to attack. All right, give me.
He would roll precision probably, but he doesn't have a stand. He's just like a powerful demon.
All right, we'll pretend he has a precision of A. Add a 3d6.
Yeah.
Add a 3d6 to your attack, since you were utilizing an NPC. So whatever you would do, add a 3 to it.
Add 3 to it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Add 3d6 or add 3.
3d6.
Oh shit. Okay, rock on. And because it's secret action, I do add my brains roll, my brain score.
Yes.
Or no?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Cool. 19.
Excellent. Get rid of one of these, and you get a question while I'm doing this.
Okay. Are they all lizards?
What do you mean, like all the enemies?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I was just like, that'd be weird if they were all three like the same lizard race. Maybe I was like, maybe there's a specific thing there, something specific about that.
It's called the DM.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
No, not everything is reptilian.
Okay, cool.
Shocker.
Genuinely, I thought it was because it might be like, oh no, there's a specific, there's like that's part of the bizarre secret.
No, you were good.
Okay, cool. So basically,
yeah.
As she kicks open the door, Rebel catches her wrist, and all of her powers fade, and all she hears behind him is this very faint, and then this blast of just pure demonic energy washes over her and sends her just like spearing down the stairs. And Kevin like turns and gives a thumbs up to him and like looks at Giles, who probably looks horrified at the demon lord.
He looks more like a goat than the August one does. He's like a fainting goat, just like.
And Kevin's like, "Stay here with him," and I'm going.
Okay.
And Kevin's gonna. Well, it's still her turn now.
Yeah. She gets blasted down the stairs. The demonic energy wafts over her, but she stands back up and brushes herself off. That's cute. Perhaps Farron was onto something. And she gives you a smile. Hopeless wanderer.
He was onto something when he died quick.
Huh. She holds out her hand and the projection mirrors it and fires off another blast at you.
Alrighty. Yeah, probably not, no.
The blast washes over you again, but this time you're filled with a sense of confusion. And once again you stumble and you're not really sure. It's hard for you to tell which direction is up, what's down, what's left and right, as everything just gets confused and you take 2 damage.
Okay.
And I will spend something, and she will do it again.
Okay.
She will raise her other hand, and the blast seems to kind of intensify as she sends another one towards you.
12, much better.
You are having a much easier time with this, and while you still can't quite get your bearings, you don't need to when you're Kevin Jonathan Jones. And Rebel Yell kind of urges you, and you feel yourself move back up the steps and get behind the door. And this door, because it's the August one, has been protected with some kind of demonic power.
Right.
And it just washes off and actually bounces back towards her and washes
Ooh.
over her. And she...
Does she look confused?
Not confused, but she does look irritated.
Fair enough.
And
I'll take it.
It's your turn.
Kevin's going to
And as a note, her armor does have the same insignia.
Got it. Yeah, she's toast. Nobody survives today. Kevin's
Don't
going
say
to. Oh yeah, that's fair. Let's see here. I think Kevin's going to. I'm trying to think about my options here.
Mm-hmm.
Like what's around me.
You're
You know
currently
what?
in the office.
I'm gonna run back to Giles, and I'm gonna be like, I need to catch my bearings for a second. Come with me, and I'm gonna think about Cassandra.
There you
All
are.
right, and I can see there's Grim with his gun outstretched and shit, and
Being a badass.
yeah, and Kevin's going to basically run. He's gonna try to run into the kitchen.
Yeah, you're absolutely able to do so.
Kevin opens up the fridge, and
Okay.
you see him rooting around in the fridge, and that'll be my turn.
It's a little difficult because you do feel kind of confused still, but
Yeah.
Giles is sitting behind you. Kev, what are you doing? This is not the time for a snack break.
Just trust me. Where the fuck's the mayo?
Oh, that's gross.
I know. Trust me. It's gonna be great.
Oh
and then
God.
Kevin, that's it. That's my turn.
You hear her outside.
Uh,
Kevin, she's here.
Did she outside the building or inside the building?
Outside the building.
Outside. She didn't teleport inside the building.
No.
All right. Okay, I wait to see what she does.
The visor above her eye whirs, and she catches onto your heat signature and fires a blast.
Okay. Alrighty. 13.
She tries, but your mind is starting to steel against these effects, and it just kind of washes over you.
Kevin kind of like looks over at her and kind of winces and starts just walking through her blasts. And he's like, I guess I do get some sort of latent ability to lose the effect of some powers that hit me. It's the power of Rebel Yell, baby. And he's just grinning.
Impossible.
And it'll be Kevin's turn, and Kevin's going to punch some of the floating glass into her. Well, actually, no, I can probably reach through the window. How far out is she? Is she close enough that I could hit her, or is she far enough out that I need to throw something at her?
You need to throw something.
Okay, that's what I'll do then. I will throw something at her.
Okay. She is going to try and dodge out of the way.
Ooh, terrible roll.
You gonna keep it?
Well, I don't know how she could. Well, she probably could counterattack me. She could just shoot me. I don't know if I want to burn all my resolve like this. Oh, but I can get more resolve. What am I saying? I got 3 resolve. Yeah, I can do this. Okay, hold on. All right. Okay. What am I thinking? I have like resolve bank. I'm going to spend a resolve and re-roll the whole thing. 9.
Yeah.
She sees Faerun's body come flying at Mach speed at her.
The pulp absolutely hits her with enough force that she staggers back, and she seems for a moment completely dumbfounded that you would have the audacity to do this as Faerun drips off of her snout and down the front of her body.
Kevin is floating, and his eyes are absolutely furious. He's like, a taste of what's coming to you.
You see her eye twitch, and she snarls, and she bares the monstrous fangs in her maw.
And just before she can do something about it, Kevin and Giles are going to teleport out with my secondary action.
Where are you going?
We are going to go to Samson.
Samson is pruning some flowers. He's beautiful. He's moved from the rose bush in the past couple seconds now down to pulling some weeds.
I dump it. I'm down to 10 as I give myself 5 seconds of time moving. And he's going to look at Sam. So he's like, Sam, can you cheer me up, bud? Just something nice.
I wish he was in here. That would be so perfect.
I know. Like, you're the best, Kev.
Kev, I don't know. I don't even know what I could tell you that you don't already know, because you're an amazing person. You're like my best friend, dude. I don't even know what I haven't covered, because I jump at the opportunity to make sure that you know that we all love you.
And Kevin's like you see a little tear fall down his face. He's like, "Is he the greatest?" And then he's gonna.
He's a really supportive friend.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick ass because he helped me. And Kevin's turning and waiting for her to show up.
She absolutely does.
It's her turn.
Yeah, she wastes no time. Hopeless wanderer, and another beam comes out.
All right.
Welcome to my game where everything's Mumford.
A-okay with that shit. God, man, I'm rolling rocks tonight. Yes.
Escalation.
Whew.
Nani?
Yado. 10, not as good, not as good. If I have a resolve, I could probably dump that resolve.
You let me know what you want to do.
I'm gonna dump the resolve and re-roll the 1.
Okay. Let me know what your final is.
Final is 13.
It's a good thing you re-rolled that. The wave. You could walk through it before, but this time, the anger from the blood-stained face of this dragon you've yet to learn the name of is just furious. Fury matching your own. And the beam seems stronger as it starts to feel like your mind is compressing in on itself. And you kind of fall to your knees for a moment as she just kind of makes this crushing movement with her hands. And you take 2 damage.
Sweet.
It was
I should probably ask these
8.
questions.
Yes, you get a question.
I probably get a few.
Yeah, I think you get 2. You get 2.
All right, so the first one is is her power I don't know how she's. Hold on.
If you want to talk it out, we can.
Need some help. Does she? Is her power that she increases the pressure in your head?
Partially.
Partially bordering on no.
Yeah, partially bordering on no.
Okay.
It could do that.
Right. Is her power that she can just cause your head to hurt?
We will say yes.
Okay.
If you want to go into the pseudo-science-y of it,
right.
We will say yes.
Okay.
I did not get super pseudo-science-y, but it would cause heads to hurt. So yes.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't know. Like I was like, is this? I don't want to be like, is the stand giving me meningitis? What is happening?
Yes, you were getting meningitis.
No. All right. So.
It's okay. Controit has universal healthcare.
Thank you, Controit. You're not all bad. So Kevin is going to kind of.
Kevin, are you okay?
I'm not done yet. And Kevin's going to secondary action, touch the ground in front of him and sacrifice another 5 seconds. And be like, Samson, this guy hates your hat! Or this chick hates your hat! And tries to piss Samson off enough. He's like, what? And tries to shoot. And I want to get my hype die as well for my attack when I, as my main action, swing as well.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll that hype die as Samson. What do you mean my hat? And it's hard because he doesn't have a lot of time, but you hear Guns N' Roses, and it fires out. The vines just ripple towards her, charged. It's just charged with the light. And
yeah.
Oh man, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and roll that.
16 for Kevin.
Okay. And that's with the hype die?
Yeah, I added a 1d6.
And then roll for Samson for me.
What is Samson's roll? Do you know?
I do not know. Just go ahead and do it.
I'm going to assume, 3d6. Why not? He rolled a 7.
Cool. So that.
Oh wait. I think I see Mercury typing. He probably knows the exact roll. Oh, it is a precision.
Yeah,
okay, so that was the right roll. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So it's 23. Let me do my roll here real quick. All right. The vines kind of grab onto her leg and keep her in place as the sunlight kind of bites into her, being charged from earlier. Now, Samson's vines die down because they've used all the light inside them, but it's enough, and you're able to get a good clean hit on her, and it sends her flying backwards. Samson lets go, and she just hits the dirt with a mighty thud.
You know what he does? He uppercuts her, and as she's like knocked off her feet, Kevin grabs her ankle and yanks her back down, and Rubiel fucking uppercuts her again.
Yes.
And that sends her down. And Kevin like grits his teeth. He's like, "You had enough?"
Never.
Good, because I'm not done. And I don't have any resolve left. Never mind. I was like, I'm gonna go again, but I can't.
Lots of talk, but not enough action. And she will stand up shakily, and you get a question.
Is the projection user stopping time watching us fight?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. She shakily stands and hopeless wanderer, and another beam comes out. She is nothing if not predictable.
Wow, 14.
Let me get rid of that one. Ooh, that was a bad roll. The energy is met with Rebel Yell. Rebel Yell just kind of mirrors her in a mocking position.
Yeah, let the exact
his
same
own
hand
arm out, and it just washes over him and fizzles away in that same yellow electricity, and nothing seems to happen. And she grits her teeth. Damn it!
Kevin continues walking forward, like basically pushing through her blast as he uses his move action to now close the distance as she continues to fire. It's like, for a second you caught me off guard, but it only takes 1 second for me to break you. And I'm gonna swing.
Go for it.
Oh wow, what a terrible roll. I rolled a 5.
A 5. You gonna keep it?
You know what? I'm gonna spend a time thing.
Oh lord. floor.
and be like, Samson, keep laying into her and tell me something cool.
Yeah, did you know that crocodiles go through like 8,000 sets of teeth in their lifetime? But she's only gonna have like one set of teeth. Then you're gonna knock them all out.
That was amazing, actually. It was really good. It was fun. And I will take one more resolve.
Perfect. And he goes to shoot again, and his vines try to keep her in place. So she will take this attack unopposed. So give me that roll.
I'm super okay with that. All right, she'll take 12.
Oh Jesus, I don't like that. Oh man, she is still on her feet somehow, but very shakily. She coughs up blood as it kind of trickles down her maw and drips down as it mixes with her brother's on the front of her chest plate. And she snarls. I'm not done yet.
Good.
Isn't that what you said?
Yeah.
She will raise her hand and fire at Giles.
Fuck! Oh my god, no. Oh no, I don't have resolve to soak it. Oh my god, I'm out of brains. Where are we? You're
in the Contrary Gardens.
We're in Contrary Gardens.
Mm-hmm.
Who did I bring us to?
Samson.
That's right. Fuck. Oh, no, there's not anything I can do. Fuck. It's gotta be something.
Giles,
no, I can't think of anything.
Yeah, Giles will clench his head and howl in pain as he brandishes the gun and tries to hold it. And he fires. Do me a favor and roll a d6.
He also gets to add +2 because it's a gun.
Oh, this is not for the damage.
Oh.
This is to see if it hits.
2.
It does.
Oh shit!
The bullet sinks into her chest, very close to where Grimwald was able to do it, just right under the neck plate. Just sinks into there. Now roll me a d6 +2.
3.
It is enough.
Oh my god.
She stumbles backwards and kind of and she looks over at Kevin and almost smirks knowingly before she crumples to the ground.
Kevin spits on her corpse and then turns and looks over and runs over to Giles.
Giles is on the ground, clutching his head. The gun is next to him, and he's just you can see the tears streaming down his face. But it seems like his head is starting to kind of come back to normal now.
Kevin's like shaking him. Hey man, you okay? You good?
Yeah, I'm okay. But she's you need to do something with her. I shot her, I think, but she's not dead, right? I didn't kill her.
Kevin looks over.
And there's a rise and fall.
Okay, Kevin kind of nods. Like, you didn't kill her, man.
Okay.
And Kevin's gonna stand up and walk over to her and like look down. Feel good about what you did to all those innocent people?
I only follow orders.
As if that absolves you of what you're a part of.
My claws are not the only ones that are stained.
Kevin,
Besides, there is no greater pleasure than knowing that you do not get the final hit.
I wouldn't be too sure. And Rebel Yell's just going to.
Time stop. There's a moment where time seems to stop for a second, and you feel this. You feel the same feeling as before, like when you first woke up. As time slows down, it's really impossible to stop Rebel Yell, but he slows down long enough for her head to fall back and the eyes roll into the back of her head, and then Rebel Yell's fist hit. But
Oh, shit.
you know you didn't get that last one.
It's okay. Kevin's okay with that, in that we're a team. He just doesn't want him to know. He doesn't know how Giles will feel about it. Kevin wants to be like, you got her, you fucking toasted her ass, but he's not going to do that.
Exactly. You beat this corpse into a pulp. There is nothing left. Giles would have no idea that he is the one that actually killed this monstrosity. That being said, a couple of cards manifest above her, and it looks like it is almost the number that you were looking for. The devil materializes.
Oh, that's relaxing.
Right?
Feel a lot better about what I did.
Exactly. The devil, Tom York. Materialism, vice, addiction, lowest most animal desires. It's hard to make out the card at first, but it appears to be a picture from behind Tom York, with the man staring over his shoulder angrily at the camera, the newest image of Hey Jude in the background.
Oh, fuck. That bodes well.
Giles stands up slowly. Did you get another card?
Yeah, it's the devil. Good news, it's not me.
Oh yeah, that's good. Another one shows, and it is the world, which is all of the rebels.
Oh wow.
Accomplishment, closure, and completion. There's a silhouette of every member leading to a Brandon at the top until it cascades down to the members of the immediate party. Bound together by accomplishments seen, accomplishments in progress, and accomplishments not yet come to pass. The bonds only make them stronger, driving them closer and closer to their intended goal, and closer to closure. You hear the Gamemaster's voice. One by one, they will fall. And you feel the world around you start to change. And if you don't fight it, Giles appears next to you, and you are somewhere completely new.
Okay.
You're in a white room, and I may have to re-add music for this later because we might be paused for a second. You're in a large white room, and there is a singular card spinning in the center. You don't know how far this room goes. It's just white. But you do see a singular spinning card.
Kevin's gonna walk closer and look at it.
That's what you see. It's a picture of you looking over a raised city, buildings crumbling, fire and smoke, lightning, pure chaos. Giles is silent beside you as he looks at the card as well, really not sure what to say or what to think.
So what, that makes the Gamemaster the fool?
Not necessarily. And a chair materializes with a man sitting inside it. He has, on top of it, he has his legs crossed, of a vest, a tie, a nice well-pressed shirt. Not necessarily. I don't think you found the fool yet. I am willing to abscond my rules to the game, though, and we can probably work something out. That way you can, well, leave with some sense of victory. You haven't quite beat the game yet. You can't claim the prize,
is he
what I'm
sitting
saying.
in front of me?
Yes.
I swing at him.
Okay.
Like Jotaro style, in the middle of him talking, you just rebel yell, just like, just like try to take his fucking head off.
Perfect.
Uh, it's just like, oh, you have any blah, blah, blah. But as soon as it's just like Kevin has this thing, he like looks at Giles like, are you serious? Like in front of me, and then just swings. 21. I literally rolled all sixes.
Holy shit.
He just no, and just
Okay. Um.
holy shit.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I really when Kevin's Kevin. The dice love Kevin, man.
It's freaking perfect. Yeah. You slam the fist slams right into him, and the electricity kind of moves across him, and you see the world around you flicker for the next 5 seconds. So you're not really sure where you are in Controy. You're probably somewhere, but it it's not necessarily the location that matters, but the man in front of you. And
Right.
you definitely hit him. You don't know how much you hurt him, but you definitely hit him. Give me a question.
Um.
What a fucking roll.
Is his projections power reality manipulation?
Uh, Explain.
Um. Let me. I'll try to be more precise. Um. Does his projection break the rules of space time?
I will give you a yes, borderline partially.
Okay. It's sort of like a technically yes, it does that.
Yes.
All right.
There are limitations, obviously.
Right.
Um,
I assumed as much, but I'm getting to the bare bones of
yes.
okay. This is a huge problem. Does he look like shocked, hurt, surprised, angered? I'm sure something. I'm sure getting hit that hard, he's like, okay, whoa, all right, calm
Exactly.
down.
That's literally. It's like whoa. I've quite a hit, but you must understand that is not what I'm vying for here yet. As I was saying, uh, if you want the game to end now, sure, we can fight. You could battle me for the prize instead. If not, I can send you back down and you can go looking for the fool. You're one card away. You don't seem too interested in playing this game.
Are you with them?
Define them. I am not trying to be cheeky, there are a lot of thems.
You work with Eislinn?
No.
Then what the hell are you doing working with people that do?
For the sake of honesty, we worked with your friend before, the Marcus fellow. We needed to bend a reality to find a timeline that would rile him up the most. So we needed to find something that would rile you up. So we have these creatures that are kind of born from different things of your personality. We did hear you say you liked the Dungeons and
Those
Dragons.
creatures,
Yes,
like the ones behind you.
I forgive me. I'm not going to turn around. Um, that being said, it is. I enjoy things like that. If you hadn't hit me first, I probably would have turned. That being said, I understand how hard of a punch you pack. So forgive me for being a little bit on the defensive side.
I
No,
can't
these are
imagine why that would be.
uh, these creatures are not truly real. They are not members of Eislin's court guard. We needed
So
to make
you made
them
them up.
we needed to make them look like it. We took the
We,
insignia from your memory
we,
and huh?
we. Who's we?
Tom York.
Oh, that's what this all boils down to. You're just another silent syndicate goon.
I prefer not to be referred to as such. However,
I mean, well, that's what you are, though. I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. That's just an objective statement. I
unfortunately,
mean, yeah. Let's look at it from the perspective of Tom. He doesn't care about you.
he
He
doesn't
sent you in
know.
here with me, where he knew you were gonna die, and now because you fucked with me on a way that is just unreal to me, I'm going to kill the shit out of you.
You are welcome to try.
It's gonna be pretty easy.
I mean, you say that, but what was the term you used earlier? Insurance? I have some.
Yeah, that's great. I spend one of my times and I transfer through the floor through the chair he's sitting in into him and turn his powers off, and
Okay,
then I swing.
do it. Give me that roll.
Right?
You feel resistance, and the electricity that you've used before, like the way that it manifests, it actually stings your hands, and you take 3 damage. Please, Kevin, I truly do not wish to fight. If you want
Does
the
he?
prize
So
that
wait, his
much,
powers did not turn off, is what you're saying?
um, they did, but there's something about the reverb that hurts you still.
Okay. 3 damage. Got it.
Yes.
Okay.
Kevin, I really don't wish to fight.
That's great. Kevin's going. Oh man, I don't know if turning off his powers doesn't help me fight him. I'm not sure.
It did help. Like it is gone. It's just as it was going away, it kind of just licked at you to give you that splashback of damage.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, if I can't hit him, I'm worried to swing again.
Remember too, you do have a another party member here with you.
Well, yeah, but I'm really worried about him getting killed.
I mean, he seems relatively capable. I mean, look what he did to the creature down there.
Right. I'm thinking it from the perspective of, if they can counterattack, they will, and that will get Giles killed. And I don't want Giles to die getting shot by his own bullet. That's the thing I was worried about. It's like he's shooting a gun at JoJo's verse. It's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Oh no, you're good. That's just the game master being a dick.
I wasn't trying to. Oh, okay. He said that. I didn't realize that. I thought you were telling me something
he
how to play.
super said it.
Oh. Kevin's going to. You said, what do I see when the walls flicker?
Just different flashes of controit.
Like the city, like all around it, or are we like in a building?
You were like kind of all around it. It's just it's like static interference. It's very wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
Right.
Are we truly set to have to fight?
I've got to turn his powers off again and swing again. I'm probably gonna die.
You are welcome to attempt. Just know that I will not enjoy a second of this.
Yep, I swing for 16.
Perfect. How do you do it?
Kevin's just going to no, just like immediately just try to overwhelm him, like before he has a chance to like are we really going to do this? And you just see the looming, just the fists incoming.
Right. They impact him again, and his body just jerks with every impact, and you can see the blood coming out of his mouth, dripping down his chin. He straightens out his tie. Very well. I see we have no choice.
Kevin grits his teeth and he's like, "Your powers just returned. I'm waiting."
Very well. He will spin something.
Okay, now, secondary action, if I think about a place, can I go anywhere?
Yes, but after a couple of seconds, he'll be brought back here.
Right, fair. Okay. I will Because I know I'll be back on his turn, right? Like it'll be like I'm gone and then I'm back, right?
Yeah.
Okay, just long enough to like be able to get someone to help me if I want to spend a time thing.
Yeah.
So I will secondary action. I know Olivia can heal, right? Secondary action, teleport myself and Giles over to her, spend one of my times, and be like, Olivia, we need healing right now. I know it's weird.
Yeah, sure, dude. And she'll put her hand on your face and like the electricity wafts out. Give me a 2d6.
Kevin kind of like, yeah, that's the stuff. All right.
Fucking yeah.
All right, 9. Okay,
yeah,
cool.
You hit for 9.
Awesome. All right, cool. All right, so 15 health back up to there, and I will get teleported back, but I want to make a secret action before I do.
Go for it.
All right.
All right, so you.
Kevin will back into place.
Yeah, you back into place. Give me.
Shit.
Give me a defense roll.
That is what is he doing?
Give me a. Let's see if it succeeds first.
Like, it's important for the secret action.
Oh,
if he's
it?
Trying to punch me, or if he's trying to. I'll wait and see. We don't know what he does the first time. If it happens, it happens. I will let you know.
Okay.
I rolled a 14.
Jesus.
He's the authority figure. This is where I come into my own.
That's right. That's fair. Let me just put a number here. A building, very much like the one that Tom York's.
Oh no.
The building from the Tom York's old building kind of appears in this white room and begins to fall.
You see Kevin kind of grit his teeth, and you see it just impact where he is. And it's just like, for sure, Kevin has to be dead. And then you just see fists come barreling out the other side, and Kevin casually walks out with his hands in his hoodie pockets, and he stands on the side of the building, and he's like, I've seen this one before.
Well, it's always nice to go back and regale the classics. But you take no damage.
Okay, rock on.
In fact, there's a little bit of blood that comes from his nose as you are fighting the environment. As you get
rock
through.
On.
And it is
Kevin is going to run along the side of the building and then come basically jumping and flipping off. And as he's falling overhead, Rebel Yells just starts barreling hundreds of punches at him as he goes by.
Let's see what you got.
Another 14.
The volley does not seem to let up. And while he's definitely like putting his hands and trying to match you as best he can, there are a couple of punches that just are able to get past and just smashes his face in with one. And you do kind of hear the sound of a tooth crunching. And he takes some damage. Give me a question.
Rock on. Does he have an integrated stand? I think the answer is partially, so I won't be offended if that's the answer. Because here's my theory and why I don't think why I think it's partially because my guess is that he doesn't have a visible stand, but the things he summons basically work like it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna give you the yes. Because that's basically how it works. I didn't know how to say it because it is him, but this is the stuff that he can make.
Right.
So, yes.
Okay, cool.
He kind of coughs and sputters. Kevin, please,
Begging for your life just makes me sick.
Not necessarily begging for my life. Like I said, I have insurance. But You're gonna win. I don't like playing games that I can't win.
Maybe you shouldn't get involved in games that you had no chance of winning in the first place.
Maybe not. It's not like I have much of a choice now, does it? And the world will morph, and you see the black jaws of a shadowy wolf move to try and swallow you.
Oh fuck! It's Pete. It's my boy Pete. That's not good. I guess this is his attack.
Yes.
All right. Not as good as my usual rolls, but it's still pretty fucking swanky. 12.
You try to jump back, but your ankle gets caught in the jaws. You feel the teeth sink into your flesh as you take the damage. You are able to wrench your foot out, though. You don't feel the after effects of anything that maybe Peter's projection would have done. It's really just for show.
Alrighty, I'm going to.
That looked like it hurt. Are you all right?
I'm going to. I'm going to run up and grab him.
Okay.
And teleport to Cassandra's with him. Because this secret action's fucking going off whether he likes it or not. And is he with me? Yeah. My secret action goes off in a thunkin'.
I mean, you're gonna have to go back in a second, but you're there.
I know, okay. It's
what are we trying to do?
1 second was all Jotaro needed to kill Dio, okay?
Right?
Let me have this. So,
absolutely.
I'm just giving you a hard time. No, you're great. This is the best. This is the best. I cannot even describe you.
I'm scared.
So while in Cassandra's household, Kevin set up a trap out of the various knickknacks at super speed with Rebel Yell. If an enemy teleports into Cassandra's home, they are immediately trapped in place by the enormous trap of bronze and copper items, all wound together at their edges to create a web that cocoons the enemy.
Yeah, they wrap him up, and in the brief second that you're here, he is cocooned, and then you both are back there, but he is completely immobilized for a moment as he kind of falls over because of the
Kevin taps his chin. He's like, oi, what was that you were saying about didn't want to lose in any of these games? And Kevin kneels down and looks down at him, and he's like, but you somehow knew I was going to win? Let's see that insurance bail you out of this one. And then I'm going to attack him with my secret action and all that shit.
Go for it. It's been 2 hours since this is placed. I'll give it an extra 2d6 to your roll.
That's what I was gonna say. 2d6 at max. Yeah, I don't think I deserve more than that.
Damn it! I typed this up. I want to use it.
You saw through it immediately and kept avoiding it. And I was like, I'm gonna force them to give it to me. 25. I rolled fucking really good. I know, Kitty. God. It was a great roll. That's
right, Kitty. Jesus Christ.
My cat always loves to cheer me on.
What was that roll?
25.
Jesus. Alright. With the sheer force of your attack and just the punches, he does eventually get out of the cocoon just from his body.
Absolutely,
so much. And
I'm sorry, Cassandra. All your knickknacks, I'm sorry.
And your windows.
Your house.
What is it with you and houses?
Kevin is a close range power fan. This is what happens.
There's a bloody mess of this man's face, and he kind of. Kevin.
I'm gonna go ahead and spend another one of my time things, so there's another 5 seconds on the last punch.
Absolutely, it's a beautiful moment that you get to just experience surreally, and he is just sent through this again and again and again and again for the rest of the 5 seconds, and then Kevin, listen, you can defeat me here, but understand the implications that action will take. You'll beat the game, you'll win the prize, but you don't even know what you're playing for. Have you ever thought about that?
Kevin grits his teeth and he's like, I don't care about your stupid fucking game.
Kevin, you can use my power to get a portal to her.
To who?
Eislinn. The world seems to go silent. You can use my power to open a portal to her in this timeline, your timeline, the timeline that you hit her, which means you know that you can do it again. But using the rest of my power to do that, you'll never be able to unfreeze this timeline. You'll condemn the planet to destruction just like Pax, but you'll get your revenge. You deserve a choice. I'm not all that bad.
A choice between killing Eislinn or doing this planet?
Yes.
Reliel's hand snatches him by the throat. I don't need your fucking help.
The world seems to stop for a moment as a horrible realization happens. You realize as you hold this man in front of you that the bizarre field shatters. You know the Gamemasters under the employment of Tom York, who wants to get rid of the rebels. In a testament to Kevin's undying will to achieve his goal, Tom figured the best way to destroy the rebels was to give someone, like Kevin, from Pax Omnis, the chance to take revenge for their planet. But as the Gamemaster looks over Kevin's shoulder at Giles, Kevin realizes that the point was never to get Kevin here, but Giles. He was never supposed to die in the Gamemaster's game. His goal was to bring Giles here, so Giles would make that deal instead, to eradicate the rebels, once and for all. That may be your choice, but you're not the only player in this game, are you? In your want to make that man want you and like you, your one companion from your planet. After spending the day with you, what do you think his answer is gonna be? Giles, what do you choose?
Giles, don't.
You might need to go talk to your friend, Kevin.
Giles, listen to me. We're still gonna go through this. Dude, don't fucking wet sock gang, man. Come on.
Kevin, we can do it together. Like what have you told me this entire day? You have the power to do this.
What is together, man?
Yes,
we
can do it together.
It's just us. What about everybody else we know? Your family, my friends. What?
The majority of my family's gone, Kevin. Everyone that I loved. Just about my grandma's here, but she's got fucking cancer, dude.
What about the
She's
people you love here? What about the people you love here, Giles?
There's no one I love here. You're the closest friend that I have. Why do you think that I joined that whole projection-hating group in the first place? I needed someone to hate, but now I hate Eislinn with you.
Yeah, but you can't live defined by hate.
But
you can't let that just be the only thing there is. I don't want to kill her just because I hate her. It's because it's what's right. I can't tell you how many times I've had the opportunity to just look and throw it all away. And I should have. But I can't, not because I want the hate, because I want her dead, because I want to feel her bones crush under me, not because of any of that. It's because that's the only way to make what happened right. It's because she earned it.
Chance to do it.
We can do it on our own terms. We don't need to make a deal with the devil and doom all these people. We're no better than her. We'd be no better than her. We'd be the exact same.
But, like, how long has it been since this happened, Kevin? Like, this is the opportunity. He can open a portal right there. We were talking about it earlier today. You'd be able to kick her ass. I'd turn my gun to the side. Distract her with
Dude,
a bang.
the gun's not gonna do anything. We alone can't beat her. I landed some shots. And then she got up. The rest of that story is when she got her power back, she stood back up, pointed at me, and I was unconscious for 2 days. I blocked the attack. 2 days. You don't understand. I want to get her back, but we need the people here to do it. This isn't a just me and you job. And I know exactly how you feel, but this guy's trying to manipulate us. He doesn't care about Eislinn or what's right. He just wants to kill my friends.
Kevin, I've never had an opportunity to feel like my choices, anything that I do, me, Giles, fucking normal McNormal. I can't even shoot a gun correctly to make any kind of impact or choice. And now I finally have a choice, Kevin, and you're telling me that it's the wrong one?
You killed that lady.
What do you mean?
When you shot her and she died. I didn't tell you.
I mean, no, you punched her. You turned her into people's soup.
I did it so you wouldn't know. I did it because I was trying to protect you. Think about how you feel right now. That nausea, that terror. Now think about all those people you'd be dooming. Think about that scale. You can't do this. We'll do it on our terms, and we'll save people. We won't hurt them. That's not who we are. That's not who I am. Let's go to that arcade tomorrow, dude. Let's go to that arcade tomorrow and make a plan. And we do it the slow way, but we do it the right way. And let's kick this guy's ass. And he holds up his fist. Wet sock gang?
Giles stands and walks over to him, and instead of bumping his fist, he wraps his arms around Kevin in a hug.
Kevin hugs him.
And it's a very tight, sloppy, crying, there's snot. It's just a really, really powerful hug. And
Kevin's trying to just remain as stone-faced as he can, but he ends up crying too.
Legitimate. You guys are there for a moment, but unfortunately, those moments come to an end. The world stops, and you two. You don't know where Giles is, and you don't know where you are. You don't see the Gamemaster. You don't see anything. You feel from where you were holding his throat. You feel the dried blood. Everything that signified that you were in a fight earlier. The busted knuckles, all the blood is still there. So you know this was somehow real. But time seems to resume. And you're back home. It is 4:49 and maybe a couple of seconds before 5 o'clock strikes. Suisun is still laying on you. Life has been reset back to normal. The only difference is that your phone is moving, you're covered in blood, and you have a 21 out of 22 Major Arcana tarot deck strewn across your bed.
Kevin will gently move Suikun to the side and collect all the cards and put them in a big deck and set them down in front of him.
Your phone buzzes.
He reaches over and picks it up and looks at it.
It's a text message from Giles.
I open it.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, dude. I understand.
And that's game.
That was amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm trying not to be emotional. I'm gonna turn on my video. Thank you. It's really nice.
Aw, you're welcome.
Means a lot.
Oh,
Thank
baby.
you.
No! Baby Ethan!
Sorry, I'm just